Weeks of protests in Algeria have pushed longtime leader Abdelaziz Bouteflika to drop his plans of running for a fifth term as president. However, he remains in office and protests have continued, with calls for him to resign immediately. The BBC's Ahmed Wibble looks at what might happen next in the country. The significance of Mr. Bouteflika's resignation cannot be understated. He has been in power since 1999. So almost half of the country's young population have only known him as president. There is no doubt that this is the end of Mr. Bouteflika. A senior party figure in the ruling party, Hussein Keldown, said in a TV interview on Thursday that the long-serving leader was history now. But many Algerians believe that the octogenarian's health has declined to such an extent that he is just being used as a front by the murky group of businessmen, politicians and military officials, known as Le Pouvoir, the power, who don't want to give up their influence. This group dominates the National Liberation Front, FLN, which has governed Algeria since independence from France in 1962. So the protesters see the concessions as a ruse to avoid far-reaching reform. The new Prime Minister Nadine Bedoui, a close ally of Mr. Bouteflika, has been tasked with bringing about political reforms until new presidential elections are held. His government is also expected to organize a national conference, but no dates have been given for either the elections or the conference. And for the moment, Mr. Bouteflika remains in office. One of the protesters' new slogans is, "We wanted elections without Bouteflika, we were given Bouteflika without elections." His supporters say the 82-year-old leader is mentally and intellectually capable of running the country. However, since suffering a stroke in 2013 he has rarely been seen in public and does not travel around the country or abroad, except for medical treatment. His aides represent him at events and read his messages to the public. He was not physically present at the Constitutional Council to submit his paperwork run for his fifth term as required by the law.